Hi everyone and welcome back to Maths and Physics with Mr. Simons. Today's inverse function lesson, we're looking at the parabola where we give you a drawing with coordinates. Now take note, there's two ways we test it, right? Either we give you coordinates or we give you a turning point. This lesson we're looking at coordinates. In the lesson that follows after this, we're looking at a turning point given. So we'll always start off, when you give you a drawing, determine the equation of the parabola. Form f of x equal ax squared plus bx plus c. It's given me a y-intercept at 8 there, x-intercept at 2, and the x-intercept at 4. So if we're given two x-intercepts and the other point, we make use of y equal a, x minus x1, x minus x2. Alright, we have 2 and 0 and 4 and 0. The x-intercepts, very important, x always changes sign when we put it in the equation. So positive 2 becomes negative 2. Positive 4 becomes negative 4. Right, once we have that, we always use the other point, which in this case is x there is 0 and y is 8, 0 and 8. We sub that in, so this states that y is 8 when x is 0. So wherever I see x, I place 0. Minus 2 times negative 4 gives me positive 8. So therefore I have 8a equal 8. 8 divided by 8 gives me 1a. 8 divided by 8 gives me 1. So therefore my equation reads y equal 1, x minus 2, x minus 4. Right, we multiply out. X times x is x squared. Minus 2x, the two closest multiplied, and the two furthest, minus 4x. So minus 4x minus 2x gives me minus 6x. Negative times negative gives me positive. 2 times 4 gives me 8. So my equation reads y equal x squared minus 6x plus 8. Alright. Now, changing formats, we can test in exam. We say rewrite this equation in the form y equal a, x minus p squared plus q. So P and Q, I assume you remember, are the turning points. So from this equation, I'm going to find the turning points. So first, we're going to determine the axis of symmetry. So x equal minus b over 2a. So p there is negative 6, so it becomes negative, in brackets, negative 6. Be very careful of that, because there's negative 6 there, don't mean we write negative 6. There's a negative in front of p, so always put p in brackets. So negative times negative would give me positive 6. The bottom a is 1. 2 times 1 stays 2. 6 divided by 2 gives me 3. This we substitute back in the original equation wherever we see x. So there, x there becomes 3 squared minus 6 times x, which gives me 3. So this gives me 9 minus 18, which gives me minus 9, plus 8 gives me negative 1. So my turning point, P and Q, is 3 and minus 1. Take note, the P value always changes sign, or the X here. So there, that becomes negative 3, and Q stays minus 1. The A value we already have, it's 1 in front of X squared, therefore A stays 1. And there we have my equation. Right? So in exam, we can ask you to write in that format or that format, any one of the two. Term a new equation, h of x for f of x, if it's translated 1 unit up and reflected about the x-axis. So we have x minus 3 squared minus 1. So reflection about the x-axis means the x value stays the same, but the y value changes sign. So it goes from positive y to negative y. So in the equation there, f of x became negative f of x. X minus 3 squared minus 1, 1 unit up, plus 1, therefore minus 1 cancels and it becomes 0, 1. Minus 1 plus 1 becomes 0. So my new equation, if I divide by negative, would give me negative x minus 3 squared, and it is h of x. So x-axis, x stays the same, y changes sign. 1 unit up, plus 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. Alright, I hope you follow. Now determine the inverse of h of x. So h of x equal minus x minus 3 all squared. First we swap x and y. So x equal negative y minus 3 all squared. If I divide by a negative, that would become negative x, and this stays positive, y minus 3 squared. From here, we find the square root of both sides to get rid of the square. Plus minus square root negative x. Now note, square root negative x has non-real roots. So we have to ensure that it stays positive. We just do this by ensuring x is negative, because negative times negative is positive. Right, so I have plus minus square root negative x equal y minus 3. My radicand condition for under the bracket, x must be less than 0, because a negative times that negative will become positive. Take minus 3 over, it becomes plus 3. So that gives me plus minus square root negative x plus 3 equal y. My radicand condition, x less or equal to 0. Hope it makes sense. Wish you nothing but the best. I'm proud of your effort that you're putting in. Continue working hard. Success is yours. Remember, success is simply the ability to improve little by little. All that little improvements eventually added up becomes one big improvement. Right? So work on your errors, see where you made mistakes, do it over and over till you don't make the mistake no more. God bless. Bye.